what it is. What's up? We're back in this. So, how's the world been today? Honestly, a bit draining, but not the bad type of draining, like the usual emotional type of draining. It's more so, and I've been putting in effort type of draining. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, you know, because I've been putting in effort in terms of the whole morality chat when it comes to my well-being. Things have been going a bit better, you know. I think I finally reached no, not that I finally reached, but I'm getting to an objective stance when it comes to a good amount of stuff. So it really does help in terms of not holding on too tight. You get me? Because sometimes the problem is holding on a little too tight. You feel me? And it isn't, in this case, it isn't physical, but it's more so a mental, type of tightness where you even have expectations where you just want to feel things, feel it, So when you're not feeling what you're trying to feel, problems, especially when it comes to the topic of progression. So I'm just there like, okay, cool. I'm at a healthy stance. And how did it go today in terms of respecting my time? Yeah, I noticed that because of my expectations and having this certain ideal in mind, things never really popped off properly. You get me? And I'd probably never be satisfied since, yeah, since I'm gonna struggle either ways. Obviously, there'll be a point in time where I don't struggle. And actually, I noticed that there are points in time where I don't struggle. You get me? So I was like, wow, instead of focusing on the negatives, right, of how much of a grind it's been, why not the positives of how far I've come? Because when it comes to certain exercises, because I was, practicing conditionals, and then cool, we're doing the if statement, and then soon enough, we're moving on to the for loop. And I was like, okay, with the if statement, I don't have any problems. If else statements, we haven't practiced switch, but then I know how switch works, just need a refresher. But now when it comes to per se for loops, I was like, here we go, for loops and expressing them in different manners. You get me? Because obviously most times it's for, right? Open brackets. Let's just say this is within the brackets. Let I equals 0. Alright, cool. I should be less than the given number, or less than and inclusive of the given number, or whatever. And then I plus plus. I was like, okay, I think this is the problem where I just need to find exercises that switches this format up so that I don't get confused, so that I know how to apply it, not just merely regurgitating and have a basic idea. I just need a little more of an extensive idea. And seeing the different applications of operands. You get me? Because obviously we get the and, or, and all of that. So I'm just there like, yeah. I just need different applications of this. You get me? And yeah, I'll be good. But I have the basic principle down. But obviously when it comes to functional programming and algorithms, I'm like, whoa, here's the application I need. So besides for applying, I need to, do a lot more gym. So I'm happy about that. Dividing my days from exercise days to performance days. Tomorrow's a performance day. Alright, cool. I'm going to get into the performance, and I know it's going to be a bit strenuous, but hopefully having had practiced the sense of detachment, I can progress in a healthy manner. Because progression is inevitable at this point in time, but it's about the manner, about how we do it. So with that being said, I guess I've touched on well-being and programming. So yeah, that's been what's up, and I'm glad at how things have been going because, yeah, in terms of my personal development, it's either I'm programming or just focusing on God or the day-to-day tasks that I need. So I'm just like, yeah, this is what we need. You get me? Like, this is the right habit because Obviously, when confronting the question of God, it more so becomes an existential matter at hand. Very existential. Like, there's existential just because I'm thinking of life. And then there's existential, and it's like, oh yeah, there are certain things that I really need to reevaluate. Because, yeah, certain thoughts and ideas and, influences that I got in teenagehood or early adulthood as I approach, per se, my mid adulthood stage. It's like, okay, cool. Like, yeah, I ask myself this question where it's like, all right, cool. I'm assessing these thoughts, these positive and negative thoughts, and throwing them aside, even positive ones, because I'm like, wait, does this really serve me? What's the purpose and the point? Hence, reaching a point in time where I'm like, I'm not trying to be too happy, not trying to be sad. You get me? I'm just trying to be in a state of being fine, being progressive, and understanding how much energy I exert outwardly and how much comes in inwardly, and just being sensitive to my feelings, my thoughts, and just focusing on this little progress that I'm making here. You feel me? And making sure that my state of being grows throughout this. And only then can I progress properly, because I'm bound to do things that are going to frustrate me a lot more when taking on math. And once I figure out what I'm going to do after math, there's going to be a lot more frustrating things, because I'm here to create. So there's no way we're just going to coast. You feel me? Yeah, then there's no way we're just going to reach a point in time where we're just coasting. So, all right, cool. With that being said,